You like jazz? No, that's no good. Here she comes. Speak, you fool. Hi. I'm sorry.
You're talking.
Yes, I know. I'm so
You're talking.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's fine. Just, I know I'm dreaming, but I don't recall going to bed.
Well, I'm sure this is very disconcerting.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bit of a surprise to me. I mean, you're a bee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a bee, and, I'm not supposed to be doing this, but they were all trying to kill me, and if it wasn't for you, I mean, I had to thank you. It's the way I was raised.
Yellow ring!
Got it! What are you doing?
You know what? I don't even like honey. I don't eat it.
We need to talk. He's just a little bee, and he happens to be the nicest bee I've met in a long time.
Long time? What are you talking about? Are there other bugs in your life?
No, but there are other things bugging me in life, and you're one of them.
Fine. Talking bees, no yogurt night. My nerves are fried from riding on this emotional roller coaster.
Goodbye, Ken.
Oh!
Ah.
And for your information, I prefer sugar-free, artificial sweeteners made by man!
I'm sorry about all that.
I know it's got an aftertaste! I like it!
What has happened to bees who have never been asked, smoking or none? Is this what nature intended for us? To be forcibly addicted to these smoke machines in man-made wooden slat work camps? Living out our lives as honey slaves to the white man? Bees don't know about this. This is stealing. A lot of stealing. You've taken our homes, our schools, our hospitals. This is all we have. And it's on sale? I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm gonna get to the bottom of all of this. You're busted, box boy.
Aha! I knew I heard something, so you can talk.
Oh, I can talk. And now you're gonna start talking. Where are you getting all the sweet stuff? Who's your supplier?
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought we were all friends. The last thing we want to do is upset any of you. Bees!
Ah!
You're too late. It's ours now.
Where's the honey coming from? Tell me where!
Honey Farms. It comes from Honey Farms.
How should I start it? You like jazz? No, that's no good. Here she comes. Speak, you fool. Hi. I'm sorry.
You're talking.
Yes, I know. I'm so.
You're talking.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's fine. Just, I know I'm dreaming, but I don't recall going to bed.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I've got to. Oh, I can't do it. Come on. No. Yes. No. Do it. I can't. How should I start it? You like jazz? No, that's no good.
What's up, everyone? Today, I'm going to cover a movie which is my favorite. It's called The Bee Movie. So the main purpose of the Bee Movie is only to see how the bees live in the bee universe. And in this movie, we have a character called Barry who studied law. So this character is being shown like, okay, he graduated from college and she's expecting to practice law. But because in the bee universe, after finishing college, you have to go and be given a job which is related to honey, making honey, all that stuff. So the good thing about this movie is we are seeing the life, the way bees are living inside their like nest. I don't know, nest or hive. It's so cool. So we have this character who is so important, who's called Barry, and he's not satisfied. Like, I finished college, I study law. I don't want to mix honey the rest of my life. I'm already witnessed my dad coming from work tired just because of making the honey. And now he is questioning his way of living because now he's a graduate, he's already graduated. So now Barry is trying to find a new job that will be exciting, because as you can see in life, sometimes you need to do something that you like so that when it's your life, maybe when the time comes and you have a family, at least you'll be happy. Because just imagine, I'm gonna say this at the end so that I don't want to ruin the actual review and analysis of this movie. So so Barry wanted to be like a pollen, those people who were like their job was to go outside and get pollens and nectar from different flowers and plants outside the beehive. And the main purpose of Barry is to go outside the world, to experience new things rather than staying in the bee nest or hive. So he took the job and he was successful to go outside and experience the outside environment of Earth where people live. And he realized, like, okay, bee, when they're going to take nectar from different plants, they are able to make sure plants stay safe and grow, which is important. And in the journey of roaming around outside, he came across with this character who's, according to Barry's POV, looked like a giantess, who's called Vanessa. As you can see in this video, we had to put the title Giantess Vanessa with Tiny Barry. And Vanessa became his friend, which is so cool. I know it's not normal, like for just a normal human to be friends with an insect, like especially a bee who is so tiny. But in this movie, that happened. So now Barry started having conversation with Vanessa, and they created friendship. They started doing like picnics and stuff. I don't know, maybe Barry had like a little bit of a crush, but that was so strange. How can a tiny character fall in love with a giantess character? And the issue it was just not giantess, like it was more gigantic, because Barry was like a tiny bee. So there's a scene which is so important in this movie. It's where like Barry and Vanessa were going to the shopping mall to do some shopping. And then when they were doing shopping, they came across with these honeycomb which were meant to be sold. And Barry started questioning, like, hey, so you guys are eating our honey. We spend our own lifetime just to prepare this honey, and you guys take it for free, and you're able to sell in supermarkets. So you know what? Because I study law, I'm going to sue the human race for taking our honey and sell them. And the next thing you can see now, Barry was able to send humans to court to claim the honey. And that was cool. And eventually the bee community won, and the human race was forced to return all the honey that they used and they sold to the bee. So after that, everyone in the beehive were living happily. They didn't have to do a lot of work. They didn't have all of them. They retired because now we have a lot of honey, so we don't have more work. But Barry started realizing, like, the land, especially in the outside world, was starting to decay, especially the plants, the trees. The trees could not produce flowers. The land could not produce different plants that used to produce nectar in the process of making honey in the future. So he started like thinking like why, and he went to Vanessa and started talking to her like, now the land is becoming like a desert. There's no flowers, no vegetation. What is the problem? And Vanessa told Barry like, so the flowers, there's no more flowers, no more vegetation because there's no existence of bee, or maybe the bee decided to retire. So as you can see, nobody is working because as you can see in the cycle of life, especially in plants, especially with flowers, bee has to go outside to fetch nectar from flowers, and when they jump from one plant to another plant, they tend to spread this. They tend to transfer one pollen grain from one plant to another that can influence another plant to grow, like the system of pollination. So as you can see now, the bees, since the bee are no longer going outside because they have like an enormous honey, the vegetation can't continue growing because the flowers are losing different pollens. How can the pollen be sent? Yes, we have different ways, but also we can use, there's wind, but also the main importance of bee is to transfer one pollen grain from one plant to another so that they can continue growing, which is called pollination. So yeah, so now they had to find a way in order to make sure that the land stay the same as it was in the first, like original. The good thing about this movie is Barry realized that the outside world depends on bee, and the human race depends on bee. Why? Because humans, we depends on honey that bee make for nutrition, for healing, and sometimes for treatment. And bee are depending on us in protection. We can protect them in their hives. So as you can see now, Barry and Vanessa targeted one of the planes that had flowers. So they had to use that as a tactics for like spreading those flowers so that they can continue growing and transforming the bare land into a really cool vegetation, a land which had flowers and other vegetation, so that the cycle of life can continue. Because as you can see, bare land which has no vegetation, it means some insect will not be able to live there, like grasshoppers. They can't live in a land where there's no flowers, there's no leaves, there's no trees, there's no rain because there's no vegetation. So they had to target one of the flowers that the plane was sending, and it succeeded. So when I was watching this movie, I realized that you may say cycle of life is unfair when you think about it, but it's not fair because as you can see, every species depends on another species. It's like an animal, right? A lion depends on maybe I can say a zebra, and a zebra depends on the land because there's grass, and the grass depends on manure or maybe horse or animals' feces as manure or fertilizer, so that you can continue be fertile, so that you can produce more leaves and other plants. And plants are dependent on other small animals like grasshoppers and also other tiny worms and stuff. So the cycle of life is different species depends on other species so that they can continue living. We depend on bee because we get the products like honey. We use them for food. We use them for treatment, and also we use honey for what? For commercial purpose, because when we have extra honey, we may use that to sell them so that we can earn money, so that we can buy other type of food. And bee depends on humans as a means of protection. Like we can protect them by making the land making the land organized so that no more bears can go and attack beehive, because as you can see, bears, they tend to have like this craving of honey. So if we tend to make a piece of land which have a lot of beehives, like a fence of something as a means of protection, those bees will be safe. Will be able to protect those bees. So as you can see, different species depends on different species. So species depends on species. It's like when you say like humans depends on land. Why? First, we live in it, and also the land can produce food, and the land can produce crops, and also the land can produce shelter, which is so important. So as you can see, everything that is in the planet Earth, it's dependable. You depend on this. As you can see, even cycle in the family, you're a kid. A kid depends on his mom and dad, and when later on the kids grows up and the parents are old, they will depend on what? They'll depend on the kid. So as you can see, this is cycle of life which tend to depend on each other. It's like a dependence of species who are living. So it's like a cycle of life. You need to depend on something so that you can get something amazing. So that is how. So guys, tell me in the comments what you think, and if you love this video, make sure you subscribe and tell me in the comments what you think, because your comments are really important. Tell me, have you watched the Bee movie? Because if you do, that's really cool. And if you don't, go and watch it at your free time, because you're going to love it. So I'm going to move out and make sure